So the recipe I'm going to give you today is a family-friendly, delicious, mild, fragrant veggie curry. Really, really nice. As we get towards the end of the week, we're also getting towards the end of the Oliver shopping. So we've got no more meat, no more fish in the fridge. So we've got odds and ends, and that's fine. I've got a humble courgette, carrots, bit of parsnip, bit of butternut squash. Of course, you could use potatoes, cauliflower, sweet potato, anything that roasts up, nice sort of like root vegetables, delicious. When you roast the veg, you're really concentrating the beautiful flavors within each individual veg. So tray here, we're gonna create a little bit of a landing strip. You could use a curry powder if you so wish. I've got some leftover Madras spice paste here. I don't want much, like a heaped teaspoon is all I'm gonna use. Then I'm gonna hit it up with some oil. 2 tablespoons will go in there. And then a little bit of vinegar. So I'll mix that up and that will coat them all and season them all in the most delicious way. Easy peasy. Now, in here also I'm gonna put a salt and then we're gonna go veg. We're gonna leave the skins on. A lot of the flavor, a lot of the sweetness and deliciousness is in the skin, okay? And that includes the butternut squash, okay? A lot of people spend a lot of time peeling this. Forget it. Peeling this, forget it. And this, forget it, right? So let's start with the parsnip. Split it in half, then in quarters, then into bite-sized chunks. In we go. With the carrots, I'm just gonna split those in half, and again, more chunks. All roughly around the same size. Then we have courgette. With the butternut squash, because of its wonderful skin, they'll keep for weeks. Weeks. You know, just in the corner of your kitchen, waiting to be used. You know, people are buying quite a lot of stuff and then it's kind of going off. So any way to reduce that is obviously a good thing. We'll just chunk them up. So in with the squash. Last but not least, humble frozen veg. So there's 6 of us eating this curry, so 6 florets of cauliflower. So just mix all that up. And there you go. Beautiful dressed squash for roasting. Follow me, Jules. So this will go in the bottom of a hot oven, about 190 degrees Celsius, maybe 200, for about 45 to 50 minutes until just beautiful and golden looking. So while the veg is roasting off and getting even more tasty, I want to create like a sauce for them to get stirred into. I'm going to get a big pan on a medium heat. I'm going to get some ginger, thumb-sized piece of ginger, and about the same of garlic, and I'm just going to finely chop it, okay? We're going with some oil, about a tablespoon. The garlic and ginger, put that into your oil, which is heating up. So stir that around. The smell will be incredible. And as that starts to brown off and do beautiful things, I'm then going to go in with 2 tablespoons of mango chutney. And this will start to caramelize a little bit. If you haven't got that, you could cheat with like apricot jam and a little bit of sort of spice from your spice shelf. I'm going to get some tin tomatoes. I've used chopped tin tomatoes. It could be plum, scrunch them up. Could be passata, even chopped fresh tomatoes, delicious. As soon as this has come to the boil, we're going to season it with salt, and I'm then going to add some coconut milk. Now, of course, you could use regular milk, and that'll be fine. It'll give it that sort of creaminess, but the coconut milk gives it this incredible deliciousness. So in that goes, look at that. So we'll bring that to the boil. That is the most delicious, fragrant curry sauce ever. So the minute it comes to the boil, off. And then I'm going to bring into the world a new party. We're going to make the most delicious kind of cheats naan bread. So I've got 2 builder's mugs of self-raising flour and then 1 of cold water. But we're going to go a step further and we're going to stuff it. And one of our favourite things to stuff a naan or a bread with is like very lightly sort of spiced spinach. It's going to be amazing, right? My kids absolutely love it. They fight over it. They have arguments over it. So this is good. So the first job is to get this pan back on the heat, and let's get our knob of butter in the pan, And what we want to do is bring to life spinach, which could bore people, but we're going to make it so tasty. I'm going to use cloves. I've got a bit of cinnamon as well. Now, you could use any spice you've got. It could be a pinch of cumin, fenugreek. It could be a pinch of curry powder. It could be a bit more paste, maybe a different paste. It could be just garlic, right? We just want to make delicious spinach. Now, these little tablets of frozen spinach I have always had in my freezer. They're brilliant for Indian dishes, brilliant for soups, stews. It's going to be so delicious. So that'll go back in the freezer. I'd normally put a bit of onion in this, but my lovely wife, she doesn't like onions. So we're just going to use spring onions or leeks instead. So let's just cut those in quarters. It's been washed nicely. Finely slice this. So leeks go into your spiced butter. Then we go in with the spinach. I'm going to let this just slowly fry off. Give it a stir every now and again until you've got really dark, dense, intense spinach. Yum, yum, yum. Okay, let's make the bread. My Cheats naan bread is so simple, it's going to hurt your head, right? You got 2 builder's cups of self-raising flour, right? And then with the bottom of your little mug, just make a little well. Very satisfying. So to 2 builder's mugs of self-raising flour, I've got 1 mug of cold water. So that goes in. That's your ratio. So into the water, we're going to add salt, and I'm going to add a little oil, then take a fork and just evenly go around the edge, right? And it will go from straight water to like a pancake batter, then to like a thick sort of dough. I'm using a fork because I don't want to use my hands and I don't want it to go sticky. So can you see now that this dough is getting quite firm? And once actually my fork starts to look even a little bit clean, right, that's a good sign that we can use our hands. So use a little bit of flour on your hands and just kind of move it around. Bit of extra flour just to dust. If you feel that it's a bit too tacky, then just use a little extra flour just to kind of clean your hands, and that's fine. You can adjust. If you can keep it quite wet, look at that, then it will be really fluffy in return. So can you see how this bread, the more I've kneaded it, the more elastic it's got. So now what I'm going to do is just add a bit of oil to the surface and the bread, and that won't stick anymore. So let's rub the oil in. And then what we can do is start to spread it out. Just roughly push the bread out. You can use a rolling pin if it makes you happy. And then I've got this here. If you spread it out like this, it will cool down really, really quick.
Don't take the clove out, or the cinnamon sticking.
Yeah, you can take the clove and cinnamon out, no trouble at all. Normally I put paneer in an Indian bread like this. I haven't got it, so I'm using feta. Half a pack of feta is probably more than enough. I'm just going to break it up. So I'm going to take the spinach with the feta, put it in the middle here, and put that in there like so. Just bring the top that in like this. Bring it in like that. Bring it in like that, like that. And then we can push that out. And as we push that out, then we're also pushing the spinach out. So I can take this non-stick pan, and because this is oiled already, I can basically just pick this up as a whole and get that in there. Beautiful. I just keep touching it because it feels so damn good. Okay, this I can either cook for 10 minutes on each side on a hob, or I can put it in the oven at the bottom and sort of 20-25 minutes. It'll be golden and crisp and gorgeous. So that's it. Happy days. So let's check on the veg. They've had about 50 minutes. And if you look in here, hopefully, yes. Look at that. That's what we want. See the charring? That is flavour, maximum flavour. Now, if I just show you up here, I've got the sauce here simmering away. So what I have to do now is get these veggies landing in this sauce. Add a little bit more veg if you want. Just a handful of peas. Bit of chickpeas. You know, all of this is going to add to it being the most delicious curry. Let's serve the animals. I've got a nice stuffed naan Oh, here we go, lovely people. Daisy is a massive lover, aren't you, Daisy, of naan breads and bits and pieces. So we're going to go in for the kill.
Oh,
there you
so
go.
good.
Oh, look at the feta the way it's melted. Oh. So there you go, lovely people. There is a delicious meat-free meal. As you can see, it's been decimated. The bread's nearly all gone. Guys, was that a hit?
Yeah.
So there you go. Have a go. Nice veggie curry. Happy days. Enjoy it. And that bread, come on.